Yo, what's up? My name is Brandon.
And this is back Nicolas.
We're here for a little reunion video. Do you like the little intro we did?
Yeah.
Wow. Throw it back to the classic days. So we're just talking about, we met 15-ish years ago.
15 years ago.
In 6th grade.
2010.
Yeah, of middle school. And eventually you kind of went to Chicago in high school while I stayed in the Dallas area. At that point, life is hard. We visited each other once in a while, but it's hard to keep up when we're both not rich to casually go visit each other. And then eventually, we had some meetups. I visited you in Chicago. You came back down to Dallas. Now I'm visiting him in California here. 8-ish years it's been since the last time we saw each other in person.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Pretty good. Let me just stabilize this for a second.
I think we're good. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just for us.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been 8 years. What do you think about that?
I'm not really sure what to say. I've certainly grown up and become a different person in many ways since I moved away from Dallas. I missed you a lot in the last few years. I'm struggling to make another friendship. Since I was around you.
But you made a good one recently.
Yes, I made a started talking frequently to my sister's best friend's brother, Alex Kostrubitz, from Chicago. I actually met him when I was still there.
Yeah.
And
And it's hard whenever you're you get used to a community, and then you're kind of taken away from it. Because I know I struggled with that in elementary school. I moved every single year, and eventually if you're just not close to each other, it's hard to keep up a relationship. But I think with a lot of guy friendships, it's kind of a thing where sometimes you don't have to talk for a while, but then you do talk. And you just kind of
we were kind of continuing off like we said before. He said to me before that we almost no time passed by. So it's when I'm around you, it's none of this stuff almost matters. All the stuff that happened in the meantime since I left. Texas, but especially since I left Chicago, even. What does it really matter? It's almost like I can transform back into who I used to be around you. So it makes me feel good.
And we were talking on the phone while I was driving here, is we've recently hit a rejuvenation of ourselves. Were kind of down in the dumps for a while, both of us in our own separate ways. So you can choose to go how much over detail you want. I'll say for myself, I've always had struggled with my own mental health stuff, and I get down on myself. There are times where I would just bed rot for a while, and it got really bad to a certain degree. I started gaining a lot of weight. I hit my heaviest weight I got, which was around 394, or no, 294, sorry, not 394, almost 300 pounds, and I kind of started to give up on myself little by little, and luckily I've started to appreciate that I have more to live for little by little, and I tried to go to New York, and it was a struggle because I worked at a decent company at first, but I decided to step away from there to pursue a different career path. And that was a big risk because I was unemployed for like a year and a half until I got my new job in New York. And then when I got my new job in New York, another opportunity came up, which can't fully talk about on camera right now, but I told you a little bit on the side. And yeah, so I'm hoping something comes of that opportunity. That's kind of what I'm hoping in the future. I think more recently I've had inspiration that I have for years ago in my past, and so forth. So I'd love to hear about your side, like what life is like now and what you hope, let's say like 5 years from now.
Yeah, funny enough, I practiced this question on my interview practicing, which I've done a lot of.
Yeah.
Which leads me to say what I start with, which is the job situation. I've been struggling ever since I moved back to my dad's house last year, about a year ago, and it's going to be coming up. I've been having trouble getting a job, finding a consistent, dependable job. I just had 1.5 months working during the summer here in downtown Duarte at a restaurant, and because of job gaps, because of not having a college degree, a lot of people don't want to hire me.
And at first, I think we both have the same like mentality. We don't want to get in a job that takes advantage of us. That like either corporate America or restaurant business. Like, a lot of times they take advantage of their workers because they can't get away with it. They know that the people working for them need money. They need to survive. And so they literally just take advantage of those people, and we don't want to be under like someone's thumb that way.
Anyway, what was I answering? What was I saying here?
You got your. It's been hard to find a job with your gap, and what's your 5 years from now like?
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I that's what's been going on with me. That's my situation. Struggling to find work. I'm using different resources, going to different, using different job agencies, going onto the street here by myself and applying in person, applying online. You name it. I'm doing all the different things I can. And I'm simply unable to get out of this hole, this stuck position that I'm in, that I'm not able to get hired, and somebody's not able to, to bend down and give me a job, basically. Any kind of job I'm looking for. I originally had priority of working in a restaurant, working in a pet store, working in a casino. Now I'm open to anything I can get. Absolutely anything.
I apologize. I have a weird throat right now.
I gave him some medicine just now.
That's why my voice is a little dead still, but.
So 5 years from now, what I've been practicing to say is in 5 years I see myself working a satisfying job. If I'm not touring and singing in a rock band, which is my dream job, I'd like to see myself working a stable, dependable job that I like to go to. I enjoy. Enough to keep and it'll keep me afloat, keep me independent, so I don't have to come back and live at home. I'm almost 27 years old now, and it's embarrassing, and it's also difficult on my father or my parents for me to constantly depend on them. And overall, looking back on how I felt the best when I was able to do things by myself and felt the most confident, and that really makes a big difference. And I've not felt that way almost since I was, basically in high school.
Yeah.
So it's been really low, a lot of fear and a lack of independence in my life since then. But so on top of that, I'd like to see myself keep continuing to go skateboarding and surfing in my free time, and playing in a rock band in my free time. But like I said, playing in a rock band would be my dream job. Right now I'm a singer. I'm practicing to be a singer. I'm trying to join any band I can, and I'm actually about to audition for have my first audition for a rock band called More Than Wrath in Los Angeles. And I'm also going to try to pick up the guitar and ideally learn how to play guitar, so I can be a singer and a guitar player in the band that I'm going to be in. But whatever happens, no matter which way things go, by the time I'm like 31 years old, by 2030, which is when it'll be, I'd like to see myself as a much happier and healthier person.
Love that.
That's where.
And to go off of like kind of some of your passions, I was like I should probably answer that as well. For me in high school, I kind of got really into theater, so I think ideally if I had the choice, it would be really cool to either be on Broadway or there's a musical that I'm writing called Polyphony, so see that come to fruition would be really nice. And yeah, so we just want to kind of make this little video diary just to kind of explain where we are now. Look at this video like 5 years into the future, 10 years into the future. See where we were in our 26, 27 year. I just turned 27 like a few days ago.
I'm about to turn 27 next month.
Yeah, so kind of see where we were at this point in our lives and where we're going to go from here. So
I will just add that, more recently what happened. You know, I was living at my mom's house last year, struggling to find a job, going to intensive therapy programs for the last few years, specifically no CD therapy, which is OCD therapy, which is what I have. I got obsessions and compulsions, and that really wasn't progressing, wasn't that beneficial over a long period of time. So I had to quit that. I quit taking medication. Medication wasn't helping me too much. And eventually my mom basically said that I'm either going to go to this program, this group called Shinakalo in northern Florida, or I'm going to be homeless, you know, because I'm not progressing in my life. My life is going nowhere, and therefore I have to basically feel the tough love of my parents and experience what life is like when you don't want to work, when you're on your own. Mm-hmm. And I was in fact I ended up going to this program, going there and deciding to quit, to leave. I did not have any support afterwards. Nobody came and picked me up, no one got me any tickets, so I had to basically be homeless for 2 days and figure out where I'm going to go. And thankfully my uncle, with great hesitation, allowed me to stay for one night and bought me a plane ticket to Los Angeles the next day. So starting off my first, on the day my birthday was when I finally got my uncle's house, which was a coincidental. You know, I'm not homeless anymore. I'm starting a new life, and definitely, you know, certainly within the next month of me living with my dad, I started looking for a job, and so that's how this year started for me. You know, and how last year ended. It's been a very hard struggle this year, but I made it a point to put my foot down and say this is the year that some things that I can make changes on will happen. And so I started to go surfing, I started going skateboarding, going to meetups, I started therapy.
Take care of turtles.
Oh, I just went to volunteering yesterday at the beach at Bolsa Chica to do a turtle survey. It's a kind of a small issue, but
that's cool. Oh, yeah.
I'm doing that.
I love turtles, so yeah.
I've done other things. I started my YouTube. I started uploading videos, including this channel here. Meeting with him. I'm not sure if this opportunity would have come up to see him, I would have taken it 1 year ago, 2 years ago. You know, so a lot of things are kind of like renewing in my life this year. I'm kind of waking up in a way.
Rejuvenation, baby.
And it's been hard with the job. It's one thing that's just. I really don't know what to do about that.
Keep pushing,
keep pushing, and hopefully somebody will eventually have some sort of mercy on me. And
I think for a little bit there, like we do need to kind of like
and
focus in and like take the job that sucks just for a little bit so you can build a resume. And don't quit a job until you get a new job after that.
Yes, and so I'm really hoping that I can either find a job that I can keep while I'm continuing to do music and enjoying myself, so that I have a reason to be here, or simply just get the music and go on tour and have that being my way of supporting myself, because that's one of my main problems is finding a way to make a living and not be a child any longer.
But cool. So yeah, hi Brandon and Nick from whenever you see this, 5 years from now, 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, and hope you're in better spots.
I was gonna say, Nicholas, I hope you feel a lot better right now.
Yeah. All right. Nice. Cut.
Love you, Brandon.
Oh, sure. Cut.